All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Breaking Dads podcast.
Now listening to
My
the
name is
Breaking
Woody,
Dads
and this is
podcast.
episode 6.
Enjoy.
Cease. For my Haitians out there of the Breaking Dads podcast, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for listening. Those of you listening on Apple Music, on Apple Podcasts, and those of you listening on YouTube. Got a little tongue tied there. Sorry, my bad. But I had got a lot of feedback a couple episodes ago. I had my boy Mason on. A lot of positive feedback from him. A lot of people wanted to hear from him. So I got him back again this week. Mason, say what's up to the people, man.
What's up to the people, man?
Thank you, man. Thank you. But yeah, a lot of people were asking about you. I had a couple people tell me that was their first episode listening, and it was highly entertaining. It was highly entertaining. I had a couple coworkers come up to me. I had a couple people reach out on Twitter, and yeah, they enjoyed you, man.
Hold on, just give me a second. I'm taking it all in right now. Okay, I'm good.
All right. Yeah, I think the Master Nutting jokes really went over, I guess. I don't know, man.
Master Nutting is usually not as funny as you think it is, but
Hey,
I guess we found a way.
They found a way, man, and they really enjoyed it. Speaking of which, while you BSing, man, I think I'm going to go ahead and take that trip. I don't want to get back into Master Nutting. But, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and take that.
I had a whole bunch of relationships in for the exact same reason.
Oh, man, this guy. But this summer's been rolling on, man. How's your summer been going? I know you recently just had a birthday.
Yeah, man. I don't want to release my age because I'm old. I'm a little self-conscious about it. My beard's turning gray, but I've been working, man. Just working, tending to the field so that my fruit come in and it be sweet. So I'm working. The money coming in. I'm doing good.
That's what's up, man. That's all we can do. We got to keep grinding out here. Actually, while I think about it, isn't today? No, today's your mother's birthday.
Yeah.
So you're
those as well.
So, well, see, there you go. Anyway, but today's your mom's birthday and Smitty's mom's birthday.
Yeah, you want to hear something weird? My daughter's other grandmother, it's her birthday too.
That's so wild, man. It's so crazy how like everybody's birthdays are just packed into this one time frame. But so quick shout out, happy birthday to both my second moms. They're both my second moms. Your mother, Smitty's mother. Happy birthday, y'all. Happy 38th birthday. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, let's leave it there. That'll be fine. Appreciate that.
That's always. But so you guys are you and your mom are Cancers.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Crab claws.
You said what?
Crab claws.
Yeah, crab club for sure. But how does that? Oh well, let's start off. Do you believe in the stereotypes for the zodiac signs?
I mean, yes and no. The stereotype about Cancers is that we're all like emotional and sensitive and soft, and just hearing that makes my feelings hurt. So, I guess I'm not like super moody. I'm just very irritable. I am crabby though. I don't know if anybody's ever met me who's listening, but I pretty much, No, yeah, they're probably true in hindsight.
Yeah, I mean, I think
just describe everything.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think crabby is a really good way to explain it. And we got a visit. Yeah, we got our visit already.
Daddy,
Yes, baby.
it's so cute.
What's so cute?
Yeah.
Aww.
I'm so cute? Thank you, baby. You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Say, my name's Amaya.
Me.
Say, my name is Amaya. See, I don't know if you're noticing. She's saying "mi amo es." That's what she's saying. They've been what?
Hi, Maya.
Yeah.
Hi, Maya.
Okay. Say hi one more time. Go ahead. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi to Uncle Mason.
I'm getting
Baby, you want to speak, so speak
What's
up. She's trying to be shy
She
now.
wants to be saying it so bad.
They're watching so much Dora that the Spanish is just flying out. It's crazy. You gonna say hi? Say hi, Uncle Mason.
Hi, Daddy.
All right, you just being lazy now. Go
My
ahead.
daughter don't speak Spanish, but she's pretty good at
All
speaking
right, I'll see you later. Okay.
grown woman.
Okay. I'll see you later. All right. Callie, you want to say hi?
I wish it was good fun.
Yeah, right. Now I gotta let Cal go. Come on, Cal. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, buddy.
Say my name is Callie.
Maybe okay.
Say listen to my dad's podcast.
Read in my dad pockets.
All right. Thank you, baby. All right. I'll see you later.
She said, my name is Callie.
Bye bye. And listen to my dad's podcast. Appreciate that, kid. But yeah, so yeah, I think that was an accurate depiction of you. Like that was kind of pretty spot on. You are pretty crabby and irritable. So I mean, I feel like for you and so your mom and you are both Cancers. My mom and I are both Leos. I just thought about that honestly, and I don't know.
It's been like 15 years, bro.
I know, but I didn't think about like you and your mom both being Cancers. I knew me and my mom and my fiance are all Leos, so you could already know how that rolls.
Yeah, you guys. I know how that goes. Just everybody's the center of attention there.
Well, see, that's the problem I have with the whole Leo stereotype. And that's why I kind of don't believe him. I don't care to be the center of attention. Like, I don't care for it. Like, it's not like I thrive for it or whatever. I know it. It's going to sound so crazy. I know it ends up happening a lot, and it's hard to say that, especially on my own podcast. You know? But I don't like seek and thrive for it and attention and adulation and all this stuff. I don't seek it.
Yeah, but you won't turn it down your way. That's the thing about Leos, and it's not that bad at all. I mean, like, you were raised humbly. Like, you have the core values of somebody who's just a humble individual. But Leos, I don't know what it is about you guys. That just some situations is just like, raw, hey, look at me. I'm going to be a mighty king like no king was before. Like,
see, I think where that does translate is into sports. I feel like when I did play sports, well, like it's past tense, but when I do play sports, I am not a me guy, obviously, but like when I do something well, best believe I'm like expressive. So I guess like you said, that row, look at me kind of thing. Like if I'm playing football and I get a first down, like, yeah, you're going to hear about it. Or if like, and especially if you're chirping at me first, but I feel like, yeah. that is going to happen. That is a very good point.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it though. You know, adulation is good. It's just the whole thing about like a Cancer. It's just like, hey, you know, nobody pay attention to me. Leave me alone. I'm doing my own thing. And then when everybody starts paying attention, you're like, okay, well, I don't want to do it anymore.
So our kids are both, or the three of them, they're all Capricorns, right? Is that? Mm-hmm. So what's
Cam.
And Cam, shoot. So it's 4. We have 4 Capricorns. I got twice as many as y'all, but you know. Is that me being a Leo? Is that me being a Leo right now? Stunting on the fact that
a Leo statement. I got 2 kids. You only got 1. Like, all right. Like, good luck.
I'm just saying, I just got to catch up. That's all. But let me go ahead and look it up real quick. I'm not sure what the Capricorn stereotypes are. I don't think I know any Capricorns before our children.
They're loud and obnoxious, and they always asking you for stuff. And let me think of some more stuff. It's just horrible people. I'm just talking about mine. I don't know how yours are.
I was about to say, it sounds like you're describing your child there. But apparently they're ambitious, wise, disciplined, patient. What? Whose kids are these? My kids.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Are you sure it's the right time?
Yeah, you want to read this? What is this? What book is this?
It's a hamburger.
It's a rhinoceros tap. Oh, it's a rhino. Yes, here. Go read your rhino book, babies. Go ahead. Go read it. Go ahead. All right. So those are just the positive traits. The negative traits are they're pessimistic.
Here we go.
Stubborn.
Yep.
Shy. Mm-hmm. Self-centered. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Detached and moody.
Oh yeah.
Are you sure you're not a Capricorn?
Hey, you never know.
Minus the
That's why we get along so well.
minus the self-centered part. I feel like this might be describing you a little bit. But
Be a little self-centered. I guess.
my kids aren't shy. Like they're fake shy. Like they're not shy. But then they have times where they want to pretend to be shy, and it's just like cut it out. But they
Yeah,
can't.
but I mean, at their age, you can't really tell if they're like pretending or if it's just taking them time to warm up. Because you've seen videos of Bonnie, and she's not like that. And okay, you've seen videos of her,
Yeah.
and you met her, you've been around her, you hung out with her, and you notice the difference between like the first few moments she's with you and later on, and the time that you're together.
That's true. They're still developing, so I'm pretty sure. But if that's any indication, man, we are in trouble.
Oh well, what happened to Mr. Ugo too?
Yeah, I know, right? I was stunting and now, except for the ambitious part, that'd be cool. They both ambitious. And they're both patient. But,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Or-
Some of these sound conflicting to me, but it's whatever. But yeah, shout out to all the Cancers, Leos, and the Capricorns out there. That sums up our whole like family tree right there.
Pretty much.
For sure. But I don't know. Like I just think that Zodiac thing is pretty interesting. I have a Zodiac tattoo, but I don't know if I fully believe in him, That's just me.
I mean, like my buildup is kind of like yours. Like, I feel like I should mention that my daughter's mom is actually a Leo. So it's like a Cancer, a Leo, and a Capricorn, and then you got two Leos and two Capricorns. So it's like we're pretty much just testing the waters to see what happens.
And he's got all these different blends. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what the mother of my kids' sign is. I don't know, but I don't know. What that's
I'll text you a sign for her.
So I can't comment what the genetic makeup is, but I know the makeup in the house is Leo, Capricorn. So we'll see. All right. So I was cruising the web, right? Surfing the web. Is that what it really is? Surfing the web. Or
Surfing the web.
But wait, what are the kids saying? Scrolling the timeline. Let's say that. I was scrolling the timeline. And
Yeah, we're scrolling through the timeline.
There you go. And I came across this this is guy Facebook post. So he someone, shared it on Facebook. And it was really interesting about the dynamics between men and women nowadays. As you know, you're my single friend. So a lot of these the dating scene and stuff like that, I get I get all my feedback from you. Well, you're not my only single friend.
He got the sign.
I got the side. He just texted me the side. So if you heard the phone vibrate, that's what it was. But word, that was so accurate. Sorry to have the inside joke on a podcast. My bad. But yeah. So it was interesting because you and Smith are both my single friends, but I don't know. I don't think Smith's like actively dating right now. So neither are you really. I don't know. Let's say we got lady listeners. What is your current status? Is it single and ready to mingle? I know you hate it when I ask questions like this on the podcast, but
I'm just really focused on me right now, and what's the other bullshit we do? I'm just working and I'm stacking these chips. I guess, which is like Pringles.
Look,
Pringles right now.
Look at him squirm. All right. He's not trying to get caught up by nobody. They don't listen to this anyway, but fine. Anyway, so you and Smith are my single friends, so I kind of get my basis on you guys, but so I came across this and I kind of want to know your perspective on it because it confuses the hell out of me. And once again, I respect your takes. You got interesting views, so I'm gonna read it to you. This is by a gentleman. I don't know if I want to put his name out there. So anyway, it goes, who raised you niggas? Talking about I pay rent, she pays utilities. I pay the bills, she tips. F all that. Baby, I'm paying for everything. You just stack your bread. If I need your help, I'll let you know. And if I fall off, put me back in position to win again. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. And then he proceeds to comment on his own status. Shoot yourself. Only boys, in quotes, believes in 50-50, 3 more exclamation marks. You are not a provider, all caps, nor Real man, all caps. If you're splitting the bill with your woman, 2 more exclamation marks. No debate. 2 more exclamation marks. Well, sir, we're going to debate. I want to debate this wholeheartedly. I'm gonna let you go first. How do you feel about this?
I mean, it depends. It's like everything. It's stages. You know, it's beginnings, middles. You know, hopefully they're not ends when it comes to relationship. But sometimes there are. And if you happen to be with somebody, I think in the beginning, yeah, it's fine. To take this and take that, and I'll pay for this, I'll pay for that. And I don't think tipping is a problem because I'll tip you based on how you did. I don't think about the percent of what the bill was. Like if he was third, I'm gonna tip more. If he was bad, like I'll see you next time. But I don't think women, necessarily have to pay anything in those beginning, like those as the people older than us to say like the courting stage. But when you get to like engagements and marriages, like, well, why not? Like this is what y'all building together. Like if I don't know if a lot of your listeners listen to watch Game of Thrones, but I know we do. Like albeit he was a different time period and it's fictional, but the wife was handling some of the stuff too, and they respected her just like they respected the husband. So I think that should fly. Like you pay for this, I'll pay for that. I'll take care of the big stuff. You take care of the little stuff. I got the rent. You got the utilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think I agree with you wholeheartedly. Well, the way this is talking about is, you paying rent and utilities. So this is past the courting stage. So I understand what you're saying as far as the courting stage.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. In the courting stage, like, yeah, you know what I mean? You want to let a woman know in the courting stage, like, yo, I'm interested in you. And this is an investment. And this is an investment on your return and giving me your time. Like I'm paying, you know what I mean? I'm paying for this meal so we can enjoy each other's time. If I don't like your time, then yeah, we paying 50-50. But hopefully, all right, well, you separate checks. Like that's how you know you ain't like the date.
I think that's pretty accurate. But for me, like you said, that's the question I was raised is who raised you niggas? I mean, when I was raised, like, yeah, you pay for the first date, you pay for like while you're going on dates. If she offers, that's up to you whether or not you individually, whether or not you want to accept that or not. But I feel like once you're at that stage, like you said, you're at that stage where we're living together and, there's rent and utilities to be paid. And what confuses me is I don't understand the thinking behind, oh, well, I'll pay everything. You just stack your money. That's essentially our money. So what's the difference if she's paying the utilities, you're paying the rent? Now you both are stacking money. So now you have money in your pocket, saved to the side, and she has money saved to the side. Because what if this doesn't work? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now she done
got that whole stockpile of in case he mess up with money, like.
Yeah, because I mean, if things in a sour note, and yes, you don't, really plan for that, but you should, as a like.
But it sounds like she might be planning for it.
Yeah, I mean, as a reasonable adult, even if she's saving for the household, right? You guys break up, right? She moves out. Now it's up to her, and you're giving her all this power, all this responsibility to split the money now that you guys have broken up. You know what I'm saying? Like if she has all that money in her account, right? If me and Jen, let's just use me and Jen for an example, right? If we did it this way, and Jen has all that money in her account, right? And we break up. Mm-hmm. It's now up to her whether or not she's a good person or not, or depending on how the hell we broke up. You know what I'm trying to say? If it was something foul, now I'm stuck in
money. You wouldn't have touched your money.
Exactly. Because now it's her money. It's in her account. This is the money she saved. Those are money from her paycheck. Now you leave it to a moral thing. And no, you're not sitting there planning if y'all break up, but you always, as an adult, have to have that plan B just in case. You don't live that way. I feel like that's foolish.
It's hard to have that plan B though. You know what I mean? Because it's like people end up having that mentality the whole way. You know what I mean? If you start off on this is my backup plan in case this don't work out. That means all the way, in the front of your mind, in the back of your head, yeah, you're trying, but you don't already got a contingency plan. Like, how can you say you all in it?
I
I
mean,
think we should just all ball out together. I got money, you got money. You don't know how much I make though, so I just tell you to make it.
and that's a whole nother aspect of it. It's fine. Like, yes, I'm gonna have my own money saved, but I should also have my own spending money. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Exactly.
we have the money saved for the household. We both have the bills paid, and I have my money in case I want to buy something on Amazon, or I want to go out with the homies, or I want to do this or want to do that. I don't understand the notion of let her have all the money and save all the money up while I pay all the bills and essentially live off scraps. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. If the goal is the same, to save money for the house, if you guys are saving for a house or saving for your wedding or saving for whatever you guys are saving for, if the end result is going to be us having money at the end of the day, why can't we both put in or both have, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say there is one savings account and we both put into the savings account. What's wrong with that? Now that's a joint account. There's all our savings money. You know what I'm saying? And we both have access to it.
This guy is clearly different. You know what I mean?
Totally different.
Because in reality, like you said, it's one of those things where you working at a goal together. And if you're working at that goal together, there should be no mine and yours. It should be ours.
It's ours.
So it's hard to even know which stage he's talking about.
But you also still have to have a mine and yours. Like, at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Is the mine and yours, the ours, or the hers, ours, and hers again.
You know how that goes. Sometimes.
But I'm just saying, I don't agree with him. I think he's talking out his ass on that one.
I definitely is. I think he was looking, and it's got over 1,000 reactions between laughs, likes, and loves on Facebook. So
yeah, he cheating for pop.
yeah, I think that's what that was, because to me that just doesn't make sense nowadays. Like, I felt like that's so archaic. That's like the lady stay home and I go to the coal mine, or that meme of that got the dirty hands and the clean hands. My hands look like this, so her she could look like this. Like,
yeah, no, both our hands is dirty, babe.
Because we out here working, grinding, trying to build together. You know what I mean? It's a partnership.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That guy, shout out to you. You clearly got what you wanted. So as I was still scrolling, so after I seen that, I was almost about to comment, but I said, I got a podcast. Let's talk about it. So I saw another one. And this one's real interesting because this is something I didn't go through this, but this is something I kind of went through. So I knew that was more of you. This one's more of me. So it's got another meme of a ring. There's a ring box. You got the ring box out. It's a ring, an engagement ring in it with the receipt underneath it. And it says, and it's a ring and it's from Walmart and it has a $48 price tag on it. So the caption on it from the person who posted it said, that I'm saying no. So what is your views on that? How do you feel about that right there? Proposing to a woman, let's just say, and your funds ain't like that, and you propose to her with a ring from Walmart. And her saying no.
That's a rough one. That's a rough one because it's like, there's some chicks out there you could propose to with a onion ring and they be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, love is love. And if you're at the point where you want to marry somebody, you know what I mean? That's it. You marry them. And the means of it, like, there's couples out there who get married and don't even do the ring, but they get tattoos.
Yeah. I think that's the new trend.
I think it's more of a token or a symbol of affection. You know what I mean?
So should the price tag of that token matter?
Yeah, I don't think the price tag matter. You know what I mean?
See, I think I'm inclined to agree with you. My only issue was the fact that my man left the price tag on it. Like, yes, the price tag shouldn't matter, but don't leave the price tag on it. Like, I think that's just like.
And you could have got a ring box from anywhere. Like, you didn't use the ring box you got. You had your ring box. Like, your ring was dope, and then your ring box was doper still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be something with, like, people propose in different means for different reasons with different things. Like, it could have been something you could have met your fiance at an arcade. You know what I mean? You fucking proposed with a quarter. You know what I mean? Like, people do things differently. Like, love is different. So I don't think the ring should always be, this is the price, this is how much I spent on it. Like, people pick and choose when they want to believe the stereotypes. Like, oh, you know, you don't think a man should do this, but a man should, you know, put this much into a ring. You don't think a woman should do this, but she should, like, motherfuckers is crazy nowadays.
I mean, it's really weird. I feel like for me, seeing as though I just recently went through this, it's like,
You bought a ring from Walmart?
went
Come on,
through
man. You could do better than that.
went through buying
Stripper.
a ring, and if I bought a ring from Walmart, I'd so use your discount. But anyway,
Respect that. Respect that. You should.
right? But on a more serious note, since I've recently went through this whole ring process and ring purchasing process and everything, I feel like the price tag shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter, and it does matter at the same time. I feel like it should be relative towards where your future is going. Like, if you buy a ring and it hinders you two's growth, once again, your priorities are out of whack, and hers is too. Because you should know your girl. If you know she wants something flashy, if you know your girl is materialistic like that, then obviously you know you can't go get a Walmart ring. You know that. But it's like the same token. Like, I knew Jen isn't materialistic. I feel like in this aspect, if I'd have bought Jen that ring, she'd be fine with it. Okay. Because matter of fact, the ring that I bought her, she don't know how much I paid. I don't tell her.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like, Jen loves you. You could have went to Cookout and got the onion ring, and with that, she'd have been like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, especially because she loves onions. Ugh. But no, I just feel like for in that aspect, it's not a matter of, oh, I don't want her to know how much I spent. Once again, I'm not hindering anything that we got. You know, we're still planning this wedding. We still got, you know, everything we got going on, and the payments aren't killing us. You know, it's not killing us. It's not hurting us in any way. But it's not a cheap ring. I'll say that. It sure as hell ain't a cheap ring. Do I wish I'd have got a better deal? Hell yeah. But, you know.
Brought me with you, bro.
Man, listen, I haggled like a mope. Man, I was just telling Jen this the other day. My mom is a garage sale, like, icon, legend. Like, she'd be on the Mouse Rushmore of negotiations. Let's just say that. Not even just garage sales is just where she went in, and, you know, that was her shooting in the gym. Like, she went in there to practice. But whenever it came to anything, my mom is negotiating you down. Like, she's not playing any games. So I did all the negotiating I could with that jeweler, 1,000,000%, and I got a good price. So I can't even like BS like I got a bad price. But, you know, I'm always gonna wish I paid less. You know, come on now.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. But again, I'm not proposing to nobody. No stop saying.
I mean, it just, for me, like, what it really spoke to me on was just that selective. I hate to sound like, you know what I'm saying, super misogynistic, but it's that selective feminism. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure all these women, like, I'm pretty sure like all the women that were on there commenting about, oh, I'd say no. How dare he give me something from Walmart? I put it with the years I put in. If he got me something from Walmart, like, it's
probably all single.
Probably all single, or if the ones that do have boyfriends, they aren't engaged, and that's probably part of it. It's selective feminism. Mm-hmm. Like, if you feel like love is what matters,
they just don't know how much they man paid for their ring.
And that on top of it,
I see a couple of dudes in here at Walmart buying engagement rings. I ain't gonna point nobody boyfriend out, but I seen it.
I mean, but it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, like, it's like you said, it's a token. So does the amount of the token really matter? And would you really be mad? It feels like, all right, you got yourself a $13,000 ring, right? But now y'all can't buy a house for like 5 years because he's got to pay off this ring now. Because I'm sure he didn't have $13,000 in his pocket. Or let's just say he did have $13,000 saved up and he spent it all on that ring. Now y'all got to wait and save up for this house. You know what I'm saying? Like, that $10,000, $13,000, that's a down payment on a house, on a, you know what I'm saying? On a car or something. Hell, that might be a down payment on 2 cars. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it just is what it is. I don't know, selective feminism sometimes gets on my nerves, but I don't want to come on here and woman bash. This ain't the woman haters club or no ma'am.
The He-Man woman haters club.
There you go. I butchered that. My bad. But it's just, I don't know. It's crazy. It's just crazy out here. Like something else I came across. Do you know that DNA tests were not mandatory for child support?
I mean, I think I heard something like that before. I think it's one of those things where if you deny in child support, like if somebody tried to put me on child support and I'd be like, yeah, that's for my kid, then I, could say, hey, I want to take a DNA test. But I think they could just say, I put you on child support if I wanted to. I'd be like, yo, you know what I mean? I'm putting him on child support.
I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
Just let it rock.
I'm pretty sure that's not how it works, but I'm gonna let you rock. But I guess it's common sense. Like, obviously, if I feel as though, or I know I never had sex with this woman and she's putting me on child support, like, obviously I'm going to deny and then, get the DNA test. I'm just more shocked that it's not standard practice. You know what I'm saying? Because it sucks for those guys that don't know or don't question. You know what I'm trying to say? So, like, if you never question it, or if you're with this woman and, you guys were dating and she cheats and has this kid, and, and for all intents and purposes, she cheats with this, let's just say this hood dude that ain't got nothing going on for him. And you're with her for however many years, like Kanye said, 18 years. And on the 18th birthday, he found out it wasn't his. I felt like that should have been standard practice. Like, if I'm going to be on, if we break up, like we were together for 5 years, this kid is now 5 years old, we break up, but I've been raising this kid for 5 years. I'm not going to then question, is this kid mine? You hear what I'm trying to say? I'm just going to go on.
But then at the same time, that touches on the reverse feminism too, or whatever you coined it. Because then in the same verse, he's like, yo, his mama baby dog crib is bigger than his. Like,
yeah,
like you paying child support. And that's why I don't even understand child support. You don't necessarily know where it goes, what the money's in for. You know what I mean?
Well, see, I think they've now changed it to where it goes on a debit card and there's only select places you can use it at. I think I've read that somewhere, that there's like the child support goes to a card and then the card can only be used at, like, if you're going to like Children's Place or like places for kids' clothes or like for food shopping. So I think that's what they're doing now. I don't think it just goes into the account. But I just feel like with that, it's just, how's that not been standard practice? Because like I said, those are people there's tons of people. Like, that's not even like, you can't even say like, oh, that's a select few, like that's a rare case. Like, that happens a lot where like these guys are stuck raising these kids, not stuck, but they're raising these kids and they get put on child support and it turns out the child isn't theirs. So now that takes away their option, their choice, and whether or not they still want to take care of the kids.
Then?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. See, and I feel like that should take that away, because now a woman can be punished if she doesn't know and maybe she's scared to find out. So it works both ways. It works both ways, where it's like, oh, that sucks for the guy, but it sucks for the girls. Like, if she don't know and she's scared to find out, or she's like in her heart truly believes that he is the father, and now it comes out that she's not the father, now she gets locked up or she has to, pay for something that she truly didn't know. Maybe it wasn't malicious. You know what? Maybe it wasn't, oh, I knew damn well he wasn't the dad, but the guy who's really the dad ain't ish, so I don't want him to be the dad, kind of thing. Like, this is the stable guy. Let me, hitch my wagon to him. What if it's truly, she don't know and she just never wanted to find out, or she didn't know? Crazy, man.
Yeah, that's one of them things that I feel like a lot of the policies, a lot of the things that the government does to make us like feel better or feel safer, provide for us. Some people it benefits, some people it doesn't. So I really think it should be a case by case basis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of those things, man. It's just one of those, like, I don't know. I don't know. That was just really mind blowing to me. I'm sorry. Like, I'm frazzled a little bit just because just rethinking about like all the people that I know that have been in those situations. And it's just like, man, it could all been avoided, and it's not standard practice. Like, it truly isn't standard practice. So, I mean, shout out to them getting it right. And, shout out to the people who've been through it on the wrong side. Kind of really sucks, man.
Have you ever met anybody whose baby wasn't their baby?
Oh yeah. I had a homeboy, matter of fact, who luckily found out before the baby was born. But he was like full on, like he was in the nesting stage. Like, I don't know, did you go through the nesting stage? Do you know what that is?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's kind of like, all right. So, it's sort of like, let's say if a guy and a girl, you know, about to have the baby. So the guy or the mom will like build the nursery and get everything ready and have like, you know, like do all these projects for the kid before they come. It's like you're building the nest. It's like a nesting stage. That's what it's called. And it's like especially
yeah, I had one of those, but it wasn't like go out buy a crib, get a nursery. I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna get one of them things. I don't know if you remember, like when there were infants, there was like this optional thing where they could like sleep in the bed with you, but it was like up by where your pillow is.
Yeah.
I just bought one of those and was like, okay, well, this corner of the room is gonna be for her. And, you know, when we move out of my mom's, I'm gonna have this corner for this and that corner for that.
Yeah. It's the nesting stage. I went through that. I went through it heavy. I think it's more prevalent for people who aren't together. So it's like obviously each person has to build a separate nest because they don't live together. So I went through it heavy. Like I had like the diaper bags, and I made sure the diaper bags were all custom with their names on it, and had this with Callie on it, this with Amaya on. Well, yeah, that's another story for another day with their names. But I had, oh man, my phone's dying. But yeah, so I had all this stuff like picked out, and like it was crazy. Like it was nesting. So when they came home with me, it was like everything was needed. So it's kind of like that whole.
They're ready.
Yeah, so they was ready. So like the nesting phase is I don't know. It's more prevalent. I felt like it was more prevalent in that in those situations, but especially when you have daughters, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
These dads with daughters, man. But I feel like, so here's my thing. What do you think you're gonna do when K. Dolla $ign's more into, like, for activities? As far as activities, what is your like view on that?
I mean, I got a rare case. It's probably not that rare, like as you know, like we know more adult women, but when it comes to children, it's usually one of those things that you don't see. She's the girliest tomboy that I've ever met in my life.
Absolutely.
Because we'll watch wrestling on Monday or football on Sunday, and then by Wednesday she want to have a solo dance party.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but between wrestling and football, there's a lot of dancing in between there. But I get you.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, she want to like roll around in the dirt and play with bugs and pick up stuff that's outside and just be like a dirty, nasty little boy. But then she's like, "Oh, hey, you know, can you do my nails?
Where's my lip gloss? All that stuff." Yeah.
Yeah, where's my lip gloss? So it's like, as far as activities go,
yeah,
she's pretty much into whatever. Whatever she wants to do is my plan for. The only thing I really want her to get into that I'm probably forcing on her is soccer. I got really into soccer this year.
So you want to be a soccer dad? I think I would loathe that. I would loathe that so much if they wanted to be into soccer. See, because this was an interesting like conversation I was having the other day at work, and I wanted to have it on here, was about people talking about, like, there was this one guy who was just like staunchly against, like, I feel like with these dads a lot, they're putting their daughters into these sports that they just want them to play because they played it and yada yada yada. And I'm just like, that's kind of how it's always been. Like it was different for me because my parents weren't into athletics as much.
Yeah, but your girls will be in track.
They're absolutely going to run track like that. Like football was like a big sport to me, but track was my love. Like I put my like everything into track, you know? So I feel like that's absolutely something I want them to try. Like, yes, I'm going to also like, I want them to try gymnastics. I could never do a flip. I could do a front flip. I could never do a back flip. I was always too scared. I would love for them to be able to do back flips and all that, you know, fun gymnastic stuff, you know? And like swimming, I want them to be able to, I'm not a strong swimmer, but I would love for them to like try swimming.
Yeah, swimming is dope. I mean, it's definitely go work out. They'll definitely be in shape for other things. And swimming, I don't know if you like look at like the Olympics or hear when they talk about people in the Olympics. A lot of those people do multiple sports. Like, when track's out of season, they'll do indoor track or they'll do swimming, or like some people who do track or like baseball or something will do this sport in the off season just so they're still conditioned.
Yeah, still conditioned, still doing something, still competing. And I feel like I could already see my kids like to compete with each other. So I can already see they have that competitive fire. So, I mean, I don't know. I just staunchly disagreed with like people that like felt as though, that's why these girls are much harder nowadays because, I'm like, women's sports has been around forever. And like, it's just more like with just sports coverage period being as big, like much bigger than it was before, like you're just seeing it more prevalent, but also it's just good. It's good like to have these kids out and active because like with the way America is and like nutrition and everything like that, it is amazing to have your kids active and into stuff. Hell, by my senior year, I was literally doing something year round. Like I had football in the summer, then obviously in the fall. And in the midst of that, I had theater arts. So we were doing our plays and all that. You remember theater arts. So we had all our plays and all like everything else we had going on, the skits and all that stuff. I was in home ec. I had home ec. So we had the big home ec. We fed the elderly that year. So I had that going on.
Yeah, that was the intergenerational day.
And there you go. There you go.
They still doing that.
Oh, they still do it?
I don't know. I hope they are.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a good thing.
That was a good thing. Now I couldn't remember what it was called, but I remember I was a leader for one of those things for Intergenerational Day. Shout out to Miss O, man. Miss Oliphant's dope. So I had that going on. And these are just activities. It's not even just all sports. I haven't even got to like indoor. By winter time, it's indoor track. By springtime, it's outdoor track. So that's fully like throughout the entire year. And I think that was like phenomenal for like keeping me out of trouble.
Yeah.
And just keeping me like busy. And it's like, especially with like nowadays when you got these kids on these phones 24/7, I would love for them to be like doing something else than having their nose in that phone. Which is a whole nother conversation where I don't know if I'm giving them a phone or when I'm giving them a phone. I don't know when I'm giving them a phone. That's one of those, I don't even want to cross that bridge till it's time to.
Yeah, no, don't do it.
So this guy, I swear, is ridiculous. I don't know. So I think it's going to be dope to just put them in, select things that I want them to be put in, things that because we're guiders, we're guiding them through life. Like I know you want to just let them try whatever, but if they want to,
but you gotta point them in the direction. At least try and point them in that direction.
Yeah,
because the last thing you will want is some lazy kids or some kids who never tried it. You know what I mean? At least if my daughter don't like soccer or like softball or baseball, she'll be able to say, "Oh, my dad put me in it, but I didn't like it.
I didn't like it. I tried."
And that's my thing too. I feel like as fathers, and not just me and you, but like other fathers listening, don't force your kids to be in something that they don't want to be in just because you want them in it. Like if they try out track and they give them a real shot, do the training, do the practice, do a couple of track meets and they don't like it. Okay, like you don't have to. But don't just let them stop in the very beginning before they even really experience it.
Yeah, because I feel like with you doing that, it's like you're making them feel like it's okay to settle. You should never let them
know when to be in it and when to pull out if they're not interested in it.
Yeah, it teaches you like you were saying, it teaches them perseverance. If at first it's like rough, but you got to give it a real shot. It teaches them that perseverance, but then you can't just let them like quit on it because that or make them sit in something that they dislike because that's going to teach them to settle. Like I think especially with these little girls, like if they dislike something but they just put up with it because dad says so, that can translate into relationships later on, and that's dangerous.
Yeah, that's a real deeper message for fathers too. If you in something you don't like, pull out, because when you don't pull out, you find yourself in a situation. We talked about child support earlier. It's just one of those things. Just be careful.
That was hilarious and profound at the same time, man. That's a gift.
No, but you said it translates to relationships. It's real talk. Like
that's real
some
talk.
People just don't know when enough is enough, when to give up, when to try something, how long to try it for. It's just people hit that. You know what I mean? Like that's relationships or anything you really do in life. You got to know how much is too much invested before you have to just pretty much say no. This isn't for me.
Yeah, you got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, like that song says. It's. I think we stumbled on like a deeper like conversation because it's like that happens a lot. Like and we get criticized from like the older generation saying, oh, divorce rate is up because people are just quitting rather than sticking through, these like sticking through the hard times of relationships and marriages and stuff like that. But it's like you can see a couple be married for 40, 50 years and they can't stand each other. Like that's scary. You know what I'm saying? So it's
but then at the same time, our generation is learning from the mistakes. Like you and Jen are getting married till next year.
Yeah.
So you stack the engagement process on top of the time y'all already been together. Like people were getting like, oh, hey, I love you. Let's get married tomorrow. Or hey, I'm pregnant. Let's get married. Like, no. Like, figure this person out, live with them, know who they are, and then, it'll work better. Because you already know how to get through the hard time.
I mean, absolutely, because that's the whole, like, I don't know. I think that's like the whole mix between like what's going on. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just like the whole, just the rough part about all this, man. I don't know. I don't know. That's the scariest part about like all of that. And that's why I'm so happy I'm out the game because it's like.
Thank you.
I mean, my heart goes out to you guys because it's just so much like it's different. It's different. Like I got out the game at a good time, I feel. And shout out to me.
Whatever. Whatever, Leo.
That was so Leo of me. Shout out to me, yeah. Shout out to me. But yeah, shout out to me for real though, because my birthday is coming up though. Leo season is fastly approaching. You
gotta be old.
I'm excited. I'm actually very excited. I want to say last year I was excited, but for obvious reasons, I had my mom's wedding and then I had the proposal coming up. So I was excited for different reasons. I was excited for other people.
Man, you're almost 30.
You said what?
Man, you're almost 30.
I'm almost 30. Birthday's on the 30th, but yet I'm still excited. Like I want to say I haven't truly like celebrated my birthday. Like, yes, obviously I've always like had birthday, like not parties, but I have a cookout here, hit the pool there. 25 is when I had the kids. I had the kids that January. So then my 26th birthday was, 25th was my last I celebrated. Like I celebrated. That's a whole nother story. I don't think I want to put on for the podcast, but I celebrated 25, 26. I had already had the kids. 27 was like, 27 was was this one was the one where I got engaged. So
no, was it?
It was my 27th. No, it wasn't. 27th was 28th is when I got engaged. Sorry. So now this year 29. Yeah, I know, man. I'm tripping. Sorry. 29. I don't know. It's the last one before 30. I know 30 is supposed to be the big one. So I don't want to do nothing big, but I just want to have a good time.
Yo, let's bang out. Let's do something crazy. 30 for 30.
Yo, the 30 for 30 is going to be, that would be like insane. I think you just gave an idea because, you got me, you got you, we got Smith, right? They're all going to be 30 next year, right? And our birthdays are clustered together, whereas yours is a little early. You were, you're the old head of the group. Then there's mine, and then Smith's is, like a couple days after, or 2 weeks after mine. So if we do something in between yours and I's birthday, well, to not be a Leo and say, let's just do it on my birthday because it's in the middle of you two's. Like if we do it that early, so whereas you can do something for your birthday with Kaylani, and then we can have our celebration, and then I could do something on on 30, with the family, and then Smitty can do something, with his family.
I'm tired of celebrating my birthday with her. So she make it all about her. Such a Leo.
that she's not. But apparently Capricorns are self-centered too. So you just blame it on her sign. Leave us Leos alone. I think that would be a dope idea for us to do that. You know what? Oh crap! I just thought about that. I think that would be a really dope idea. And then we could all mix it in to my bachelor party. Wait, no. Is my timetable off? That'll be the year after. That'll be a year after. What am I saying? I am bugging right now. I didn't eat yet. So.
It's like on the bachelor party day, on the podcast day.
Hell no. I'm going to talk about my bachelor party on the podcast. Screw that.
I'll be Bobby Dubby.
Nah, you're so stupid.
Bachelor party, Robbie Dubby.
You're so
right?
stupid. Nah, bump that. I'm talking about the podcast. I'm talking about the birthday bachelor party on the podcast. So anyway,
no, but Dubby.
For the 30th birthday party, I feel like that would be dope if we could do that, and get that cracking. Just something. It don't even got to be wild because obviously we're going,
Something different.
Just something different.
The cake and ice cream. I don't know, man. Maybe let's go to, I don't know. It's one of them bucket list items because we are old and it's just things like I've never been out the country. You know what I mean?
Get the hell out of here.
Never been on the other side of the globe. So I'm trying to go to let's go to Greece. Let's go to Greece.
Man, Italy. Let's do Italy. I want to do Italy so bad.
You know what? Let me put everybody involved in consideration here. How about for 30 we go to Amsterdam?
Definitely not going to Amsterdam. We can go ahead and take that off the list. Not going to Amsterdam.
Love that.
No, not going to Amsterdam. No. Let's
I'll go to Amsterdam. We'll go to Amsterdam.
That's so problematic. You and Smitty can go to Amsterdam. I'm not going to Amsterdam.
I love Danish women.
So you want to go to Spain?
I don't know what you think I'm going for.
What, Amsterdam?
Yeah.
You're going for Spanish women in Amsterdam. Where is Amsterdam at?
Danish.
Oh, you said Danish. I thought you said Spanish women.
Aren't the Danish in Amsterdam? What did they teach us in school?
Man, hell if I know. They didn't talk to us about Amsterdam in school.
They should have.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't remember anything. We should talk about that one day too.
For sure.
I'd be missing whole years of my life.
Man, to hell with the Pythagorean theorem and all that stuff. I don't remember none of that. Your amnesia. We do need to have an amnesia episode. I could already see the cover art would be like you with a confused face and mad question marks around your head. I could already think of the cover art.
Forgetting.
Definitely be forgetting. But I don't know. I think that is a good idea though. And did Colorado and like Vegas and California steal like Amsterdam's thunder? Like it's not as, you know what I'm saying? Like, what people wanted to go to Amsterdam for.
No, I have no idea.
It's like a rap for that.
Mm-mm.
Like if you can do that right here stateside, you know what I'm saying? Are you really that pressed to go to Amsterdam anymore?
Well, I mean, you have to know. Like my whole thing is with Amsterdam, it's one of them places where it's like you know how they say, oh, you could go to you could go to what's that barbecue place we went to?
City Barbecue. Shout out to City Barbecue.
We could go to City Barbecue for barbecue and get like Memphis style barbecue, but it's nothing like going to Memphis and getting the barbecue. You feel me?
I got you.
Like some things are just better where they originated.
See, and that's why I want to go to Italy. Like, imagine
with Italy.
Imagine like lasagna and like pasta and like pizza from Italy.
You know what we should do that'd be real fun? Remember that show Smith had me watching with Action Bronson?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go somewhere exotic and eat food.
Bruh. That's why I want to go to New Orleans, right? I don't want to go for the shenanigans. I want to go for the food. Hell yeah.
And the donut.
I'm with it. The beignets. Watch your mouth. But yeah, that's what I'm there for.
All right, Tiana.
I just had them watching that again the other day. I think this is their first time watching it, like better comprehending it. They love it. They love Princess and the Frog. which is a whole nother debate. Me and Smith
That
used
was
to
a
have.
big thing.
Me and Smith used to have a debate about Princess and the Frog, but we're not gonna do that this episode. But
I
yeah.
mean, I want to be in that debate.
You said what?
I want to be in that debate.
I think you'd be on my side.
I need part.
Oh yeah, for sure. We
Sometimes I just argue for the sake of arguing.
you know what? That is so
Like,
cancelable.
like Jen put up this meme about the car, like which car is in the wrong.
Yeah, and you just said the dumb wrong car just for like, I'm like, yo, this guy's a mess.
But who backs up straight into the spot like that? Like, he didn't come from a direction, so obviously something wrong there.
I don't know. That joint didn't make any sense whatsoever. But to say all that to say, food will definitely be like the primary like decision behind it. Like if we go to New Orleans, like I'm telling you, like I want to go to the Bayou, I want to try the gumbo. I definitely want some gator. I don't care what y'all say.
Oh, you can't eat the Adidas, huh?
Wait, was that your Bayou accent?
Yeah. The only representation I have of a Bayou accent is the Fly from Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, he was pretty phenomenal too, man. I can't even lie. Pretty damn good.
With my sweet Evangeline.
I was like all the way
I'm gonna
for
watch
it.
that movie later.
You said what?
I am gonna watch that movie later.
Oh, for sure. I think they're gonna watch it right before lunchtime. Well, right after lunchtime. Definitely gonna watch Princess and the Frog. All the way here for it. But yeah,
That's another topic for another day too. Getting into watching movies all the way through.
you can't do that? Oh, wait, no, go ahead. No, we're not gonna start talking about it. Let's just I'm just pretty surprised by that one.
It depends on the movie.
Pretty damn surprised. Shout out to Coco, man. I think you told me about Coco.
You're welcome.
Oh man, I slept on Coco. I want to say though, Diana and Melissa did try to tell me to watch Coco first, and we didn't watch Coco because Jen's godson Jace was super into Coco, I think, and Melissa and Diana were telling us to watch Coco, but it wasn't until I got your cosign that I was finally like, you know what, let's go ahead.
It's a good story.
It's a good story.
Good for the kids, good
Yeah.
for the grown-ups.
My kids, I will say this, my kids like do gravitate towards the minorities more. Like they don't really care for like the white princesses and stuff like that. Like don't get me wrong, when they saw Princess, I want to say Sleeping Beauty, I think Aurora's her name or whatever it is. When they saw her in Disney World in person, oh my God, they like.
Yeah, I love when somebody try and stunt like they don't know exactly what it is and be like, yeah, I think your name's Aurora or whatever it is. Like,
What is it though?
nigga, that's exactly it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I thought that was Cinderella's
you know,
name.
You knew.
No, I didn't know if that was Cinderella's real name or what, or not Cinderella. Sleeping Beauty. I didn't know if that was her name or what not.
Okay.
I wasn't sure. What is Sleeping Beauty's name?
Oh, sleeping?
See, I don't know what Sleeping Beauty name and what who was I just talking about? The one that they
I
met.
don't know.
Sleeping Beauty or not Cinderella. Damn it. Anyway, but anyway,
Cinderella's name was Cinderella.
was it really?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. But anyway, they don't like the white ones. They don't really care for them. They didn't care. They didn't care for Fiona while she was white. You know what I mean? They didn't get hyped until she was an ogre. What else? It was like they don't really care for those. But and she wasn't technically a princess, but Rihanna's character in Home, they loved her. They loved Moana wholeheartedly.
Moana was a princess of Nanu.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, don't call her a princess. When Maui kept calling her princess, she wasn't having it. I'm the daughter of the chief. But she's definitely
Okay.
a princess though. She's definitely a princess, right? But she wasn't having it. But and then so they liked the girl from Home. They liked Moana, and they're like now loving the hell out of Tiana. Like they love Princess Tiana.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really geared towards the characters that look like them, which I really feel is important. Which was part of like the big debate we had about Princess and the Frog. But like they really care about like not look like them, but just don't look I hate to say it, but don't look white.
difference in there.
Yeah, they don't look
But
white.
that's why I like my daughter loves like Sophia the First and like Elena of Avalar and all of those Disney like channel shows.
Mm-hmm.
So it just comes down to representation. Like at the end of the day, we all wanted to be the white Power Ranger because he was the most popular one, but we knew he was the black one because he was up there, he was doing, you know what I mean? That was our representation.
Yeah, oh, for
So
sure.
when kids have that, it's dope.
For sure. I always wanted to be the Black Ranger. I always did. I didn't, like, Tommy was cool, you know what I mean? And then when he got the green.
Yeah, if you
and-
wanted like all the cool stuff, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you knew for a fact, like you was the black one because everybody else was corny.
Yeah. Hell, not even trying to be funny. Like, just thinking about, like, Legends of the Hidden Temple. What was the black team?
Mhm.
What were they? The black iguanas? Not iguanas, whatever the black team was.
No, there wasn't a black team.
There wasn't a black. I feel like there was a black team.
We had the Silver Snakes. That
Silver
was about it.
Snakes. I could have sworn. No, you're right. There wasn't a black. I don't know why in my head right now I'm thinking of a black team. I don't know why. I'm bugging. But I don't know. But I think we're gonna wrap it right there, man. I appreciate you for coming on the podcast once again,
Of
sharing your
course.
insight with us. Just go ahead. You want to salute the people on your way out, man?
Salute the people. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for being part of the reason I'm back. I mean, if y'all ain't like me, y'all ain't really had a choice anyway because it's my boy.
You were gonna be back
But
anyway.
yeah, but I'll hear from y'all next time or whatever.
All right, there you go, Mason. I'll holla at you, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Put my info in the description.
I'll put your info in the description again.
All right, man.
All right, man. I'll holla at you. All right, everybody. That was Mason. I'm gonna go ahead and put a bow on this episode. We were an hour in, ran a little long, but we had some good conversation. Shout out to all the people that wanted him back. For you, those of you who didn't want him back, sucks for y'all because he probably gonna be back on again. Y'all aren't too. I'm not just gonna be too keen to hearing just me talking all this time. I am still working on other guests. I have a very big episode that I'm working on, so that's why I'm kind of like biding time with it because I feel like this is a really deep conversation that we're getting into. So this, if you get one this week, just understand, not this week, this weekend, just understand that it's this one's going to be a deep emotional kind of podcast. So just hold on to your seats. But yeah, once again, thanks Mason for coming on. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for listening to this. I want to thank everybody who sent their condolences on the loss of our classmate. I meant to go talk to Mason about that because she was a classmate of his as well. Yeah, I just made myself sad all over again. But yeah, shout out to Callie and Maya for popping up and saying what's up to y'all once again, as always. But yeah, I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for listening to this podcast, man. It's Breaking Dad Podcast. I'm out.